Absolutely. When I was 6 years old, I go to school just before the 6 Day War. We sing Arabs are beloved and Jews are dogs. So you can see it's not just in the Palestinian areas. It's in Jordan, it's in Lebanon, it's in Cairo, it's in Syria, it's all over.
It's all over. And
I believe in these days, in these last days, that the Spirit of God is moving just like this wind, the Ruach of God blowing. And He's waking Christians up. And it's time for men and women of faith to rise up and to walk the talk. We are not winning. The fastest growing religion in our day is no longer Christianity. The fastest growing religion today is Islam.
Everything's coming together like the Bible predicted. All the wars and rumors of wars, it's all happening like God predicted. And He said when that happens, He said to look up because I'll be coming back soon. And so that's what we need to do right now. And so that's why it's an exciting time.
And what's Jesus actually going to do at the battle?
his clothes will be covered with the blood of his enemies. Pretty graphic details, like blood is going to be really deep.
I believe it'll be atomic weapons and things of today that'll happen. And then probably some hand-to-hand combat, too.
The Bible says that he slays them with the sword that comes out of his mouth.
Yeah, so that's, as I really like Star Trek. And they have phasers in Star Trek, okay? So I sort of imagine, you know, him speaking and something coming, and you see like lightning flashes or bolts or something coming out of his mouth, and when he speaks to him, and everybody blows up and the blood is just flying all over the place. Now, whether that's right or wrong, I don't know, but that's what I picture.
Shells. That's pretty awesome, isn't it? Protecting this country.
Something you feel very strongly about?
Yes, I do, in favor of protecting Israel. It's a wonderful country. And I love it here.
And how about being here on the base today then?
I think it's a thrill of my life. It's the highlight of the trip to be on these bases and to support them. I'm very happy to be here and blessed.
I just think this is something that we should do in order to help Israel. They have the finest army in the world. Of course, they have the finest army because they have the finest God. And God says that he gave these people this land, and that's just the way that it is.
The next morning, we were visiting the Arab quarter.
Have you been into any of the shops? Are you going to speak to any Muslims?
No, not really. I want to wait and spend my money over there in the Jewish quarter and maybe the hotel or something. I'd rather spend my money there.
Why?
I just like the quality of things better, and they're pretty. It's more like there are things there that I want to purchase and really not anything here.
As we made our way through the streets, it was clear that the group's sympathy for heretic souls like my own didn't extend to what they regarded as heretic beliefs, like those of the Muslims around them.
They've got Mecca, as is their holy, isn't it? People go to Mecca. They weren't prescribed to come here. You know, if they need another mosque, there's the biggest mosque in the world. We Brits are building that for them in London.
From what I have learned about the religion, it is not all evil, but basically in the true Quran, I mean, their purpose is to destroy Israel. So, to me, it represents evil.
I guess you also need to take a look at God's enemies, don't you?
Need to what?
Take a look at God's enemies, as well as his friends.
Who are God's enemies?
Well, I guess right now the Palestinians are, aren't they? The Iranians are. Anybody who thinks that they want to annihilate Israel, I guess they are.
Is it that straightforward, do you think?
Sure. Why not? Why does everything have to be so complicated? I'm also very tired of hearing people say, Oh, the poor Palestinians. Why, the Israelis are killing them.
Would you say that to a Palestinian family that had lost a child? I mean, it seems very offensive.
Wait a minute. Hold the phone here. Would you say that to an Israeli family who got bombed first?
I can see both sides of an argument. To me, it feels as though that you can only see one side.
No, sir. But I am on God's side, and I know where it's going, David. Yes, I want everybody to love everybody, but you know what? It's not going to work that way. It will never be that way until Jesus comes again. All they have to do is believe. Just believe. That's all they have to do is believe that God, what God did for them is true.